Hi friends, I hope you're doing amazing. I am delighted to see you in this video because we are going to make mini books. I had this idea because I saw it on different social media, but I created a tutorial from step A to step Z for you. You have a free pattern in the description if you need to. Let me show you first what it looks like. I have here a pile of books and basically I created a mini book for every book that I have read or not. And I have two jars to put either my TBR or the books I've read. And also I have a special bookshelf in which I am going to put only the books I loved and that are my favorites. So for example, this manga, which is the Apothecary Diaries, I have made this miniature version, and when you flip it, you also have the cover on the other side. Exactly the same goes for this graphic book with this mini book. Of course, I couldn't make a video about books without mentioning my favorite book of all time, which is The Mere Visitor, and we have the tiny version just here. The last example I wanted to show you is this book, which is Magic Charlie. I also loved this book and I created this mini version of it. And all of these books are going into a jar where I have put the other books that I have. This is so cute. Then for the material and everything you are going to need, let's start with the tools. First, you are going to need a ruler. Mine is 40 centimeters long. I used double-sided tape. This one is 1.8 centimeters large. Moving on to the cutting tools, you're gonna need a cutter. Mine is this one. Also, if you are young, please ask for an adult or someone older to supervise you because I cut myself doing this. And of course, a pair of scissors. Moving on to what is probably the most important thing of this tutorial. This is some foam board. So a foam board is between foam and cardboard. So if I bring it closer to the camera, maybe you can see in between the two layers is foam, and then the outside is cardboard, which makes it pretty rigid, pretty light as well. This is what we're going to use to make the base of the books. I got mine at a craft store and it is 3 millimeters thick. I am going to put a link in the description to show you a product page on a website so that you can see the description and the specification of what is this product exactly. Maybe it's going to be easier for you to find it. To cut the covers with the cutter, you're going to need a cutting board because this is going to do some damage otherwise. Now, you are going to need either a printer that you can have at home. I used my parents, for example, or you can have it printed somewhere else, or you can draw them, but that's not really the point of this tutorial, even though that's great. The printer is going to allow us to print the covers just this way. Don't worry, you're gonna have the step-by-step tutorial in a few seconds. This is really depending on what you like, but you're gonna need to have 1 or 2 jars. I have 2 because one is for my TBR and one is for the books I've read. And this is the extra, it's really not necessary. But I bought this frame. It's actually pretty deep, as you can see. So I'm going to put some shelves inside and then I will be able to put only my all-time favorite books on this bookshelf and I will attach it on my wall probably. As you can imagine, of course, there is going to be the Mere Visitor. The last thing you're going to need is the Canva app. Most of you probably know it. Of course, this is a free tutorial. I am only using the free version of the app. It is completely sufficient for that. And I will see you just now to show you exactly how I proceed on Canva. Alright, so we're now on my computer. The first thing we're gonna do is to head over to Canva. As I said, this is the free version, and from there you're going to click on Create. You select a presentation, then on the toolbar you go to Elements. You scroll down to find Frames. You go on Basic Shapes, and then you're gonna look for a frame that has no rounded corners, just straight edges, no border, and a flexible ratio. Usually it's the first one. You click, and then we're going to create the front cover. For the front and the back cover, the dimensions are the same. On Canva, the measurements are in pixels, which means that it is normal that the dimensions on Canva are not the same as the one you are going to measure on the foam board. So for the covers, it should be 203 pixels high and 144 pixels wide. So you grab one corner and you resize. As you can see here, it's 144 wide and 203 high. That is going to be the base of a cover. Now you copy paste this exact shape. You select the left one and you rotate it at 180 degrees. This way, when you flip the book, you have the cover in the right orientation all the time. Now you're going to create a third rectangle with the exact same basic shape that we selected initially, and this is going to be the spine. The spine is only 20 pixels wide, but it is the same height, which is 203 pixels high. And there we have the spine. So we are going to align it with the two rectangles. The dotted lines show us that we are aligned. So this is our base pattern. Then we select the three shapes and we group them. Now the ideal for one sheet is to have 4 columns of 4 books. So you are going to put this pattern here, copy paste it, align the second pattern with the first one, select both of them, copy paste them and align them with the first 2 patterns. Then you replicate this column, you leave a space. This will allow the printer not to have white lines or unsaturated colors. You replicate these 8 patterns. And once again you align them. Aligning all the books is going to make it easier for us to cut them out of the paper later. Now, for the covers, what I found the most useful and easy to use was to go on Amazon.com. Now, on the toolbar, you are going to either search for the title of the book, or if you're looking for a specific edition, you can put the ISBN, which is the identification number of the book. For example, let's look for The Mere Visitor. Let's select first volume. What I recommend is that you click on the page and then you click on the book. And from there, you download it. This is what I found made the image the best quality. So you head over to your documents and then you click right and create a new folder. That is really important because it will allow us to import all of the image at once when we are on Canva. You name it mini library, for example. And then that's really important as well, you need to write the name of the title. If it's a series, you create another folder in your folder for the book series. Go in this folder as well, and here you write, in my case it's A Winter's Promise, and you save. You repeat the same for all the books that you own, and then we go back to Canva. We are going to look for uploads, and then we do not upload a file, we click on the 3 dots, and we upload a whole folder. In our case, we go back to Documents and we look for the folder that we created and we upload it. You can check that it's the right folder with its name right here. I'm sure that I trust this site, of course. We go back there. I had already created one, but this is the one we're talking about. We click on Mini Library. As you can see, it also imported the folder of The Mere Visitor. We click on this one as well. And then you're going to click on the cover on the left panel. You hold the click, you do not let it go, and you drag it right to the center of the left frame. You can now let it go, and it will go in place automatically. You can now repeat the exact same thing for the other side. So you click, you don't let it go, and you bring it to the center of the right frame. The covers are blurry, but it's normal, don't you worry. If your covers are not sitting right, you can double click, and here you can place it the way you want. So you can put it up, down. In our case, the covers were already well positioned. For the spine now, you are going to click once, then twice, so that you have selected your rectangle. Here you have a little circle, and as you can see, no color is selected, so you click on this little circle. On the toolbar, you are going to search for photo colors. Here you have our cover, and the app automatically suggests a few colors that will go with the rest of the images. For example, we can try this one. If you click on it, it will bring this exact color. You can try the other colors as well. I'm going to select this one. And now, which is what is going to take the longest, is to do the exact same for all the covers. Don't worry, it gets quicker once you're in the flow. I'm just going to show you quickly with another cover so that you have everything in mind. I'll speed it up. Before you send it to print, you take a quick look over the whole page and make sure everything is aligned and all the books are facing the right direction. And once you're happy with it, go ahead and print your sheet. Now that we have printed and cut all the covers, we should have a stack of tiny little covers like this. And what you are going to do is create plenty of tiny rectangles on your foam board. The dimensions are made to have tiny books like this one. It is 2.2 centimeters large and 3.1 centimeters high. According to the number of books and book covers you have made, you are going to create the same amount of mini books. You should use a cutter to cut them. What I like to do, I'm going to show you. I like to first go one time to cut the first layer of cardboard, and then a second time when I apply more pressure so that it cuts also the foam and it doesn't make it too hard or dangerous to cut. Once you have all of your little books, you are going to tape them with double-sided tape. I'm using this one, but I also got this one because I'm almost out of this one. Basically, you're going to tape one side like this and one side like this. It's okay if there is not tape on this side because that is where the back of the book is. And then it's really simple. You just align the cover with the book. So for the foam board, it's really important that you use a cutting board. And what I was saying earlier is that I like to go first one time on the lines that I traced. This way I have a path to follow when I apply more pressure to really cut and dissociate the two pieces. And I proceed the exact same way on the tinier portions. To apply the tape, there's really no need for explanation here, but I'm going to show you anyways. If you have an edge that is better looking than the other, for example, this one is not really pretty, it means that this is going to be the back of the book because it will be covered by the cover paper that we printed. I apply the tape as close to the other edge as possible. And then it's really nothing difficult. You take off the paper layer, you make sure to align your cover to the edge. You press, you flip it, you take off the second paper layer, and what is important is to align this edge of the paper with this edge of the book, or this one with this one. And don't be afraid to pull it a little bit so that it's tight. And it's okay as well to cut the excess of paper so that it looks neater. And there we go. Ta-da! And now you repeat the process for all of the books. I really do hope that this tutorial could be helpful. I am not done with all my books, but this is what I've done so far. Some of them I have read, some of them I haven't, but I also have this frame where I am going to put shelves and I will put my favorite books and I will display it on my wall. But for that, I need to be done with all of the books that I have printed. I really hope that you can make this at home. Don't forget that you have a pattern in the description, and I will see you soon. Sweet kisses, bye bye.